can have this later. And we are recording. So first of all, Juliana, thank you for being here. Angie, thank you for being here. And if you're not here in the call, thank you for watching this video later because it's going to be very important for you. So the reason why we are doing this call, it's because we all have to do some context for the Academy. So Juliana, were you at TDT with Blair in Singapore? Were you there?
Yes, I was.
Nice, thank you. And do you remember that Blair did from the stage the presentation from the Bumblebee where he showed to people our mission in the BSTA?
Yeah.
Nice, thank you. So that's the reason why we are putting the team together. We had an amazing experience here in Brazil doing this. Then we did again in Mexico. And Blair requested me to take these all over the world and support you guys doing the calls. Because what was going on before is that every time we had an event like a TTT or a program, we had many people interested in BSTA, but we had a problem of going back to these people and doing the interview with them. Because as you remember, Juliana, do you remember that Blair said, okay, give us your name and your contact and we're gonna get back to you, right? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So Angie knows better than me that for a long time we had those programs. Blair was always doing this Bumblebee presentations and saying that we are gonna go back. But the thing is, usually the local team, they don't have enough people to do the call. So I proposed to Blair in the end of last year that we use all the BSTA team to do the interview because let's be honest, who else better than us know how to do these calls, right? Who else knows how to talk better about the Academy? What do you think, Juliana?
Yeah, sure. I follow you. I follow you.
Yeah, thank you. So I told Blair this, and it was an interesting experience because he told me, okay, Gustavo, can you put some guys together so we can start doing a training? And we did that here in Brazil, and it was amazing because what we did is we put a team together of BSTA, guys that were level 1 or close to become level 1. They're already passed through all the experience about the Academy, already having some results in the Academy. And we asked these guys to do the calls because they know much better sometimes than the local host. Or sometimes the local host, it is a BSTA, but he has people working with him that sometimes are not working in BSTA, or even if they work in BSTA, they are just a few people. So sometimes we have lists with more than 100 people, like we were in Mexico. And do you know how many people we had to do the calls in Mexico, Juliana?
How many were there?
1. Can you imagine one person? Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's a nice challenge.
Yeah. Can you imagine one person doing calls to speak with like more than 100 people? Actually, it was 126 people that we need to do the call in Mexico. So what I did is I put together a team of people, Valesca from Venezuela, Claudia from Mexico. We took some guys from Brazil and we put the team together and we did another experience in Mexico. So we had 6-7 people doing calls for 100 people. That's much more easy because then it becomes like 15 people for everyone. And it's much easier to do like this. So that's why we are trying to create this experience here. It is working. That's why Blair asked all of your support, because we are the ones that are going to take Blair's mission and move forward. Right? That's okay? Okay.
So how many people were there in Singapore? The list was pretty long. I believe there are also Vietnamese, and like Angie said, you can maybe have people to follow up with that.
Yeah. How many people we have, Angie? We have 100 then?
100, take away a few from Vietnam. So right now we're going to have about 60 to 80.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are a team of 12, if I'm not wrong.
We're a team of 12, exactly, yeah. So.
Okay. So what's going to happen is the first thing that we do usually when we have this kind of events, it's the first thing that we do. We set up a list with everybody that is interested in BSTA. We put their names, their emails, we put their telephone contacts. Today we have WhatsApp, there it's pretty fast to contact them. And what we need to start to do is do what we are doing here. We set up a BSTA team that will take care of these guys, right? This is the first thing that we do. And the way we do is the local host is coordinating with Angie. So Success Resource in Singapore, they are coordinating with Angie. They send us the list. And now we are separating the list for everybody that can do the calls. So we have many friends that are going to come and do the calls with us. But the thing is, how we do the call, that it's the magic. Because let's be honest, in the past we had lists with like 100 people, and sometimes we had like 5 people coming to BSTA, 10 people coming to BSTA. But what we realize is that sometimes we couldn't do as much follow-ups that we could, or the reason we are doing the calls were not the best. The way we are doing the calls were not the best way. So that's why I created a system together with Blair, so we can make it easier to do the call. Okay, and I'm gonna explain right now for you, because what we do is we mix some strategies that we learn at Sales Explosion or Sales and Leadership Master. Have you ever done Sales and Leadership Master, Juliana? Nice, awesome. Do you like to sell, Juliana?
To be honest, I'm still working on that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And this is why we have these groups, because other than support Blair, it's an amazing experience for you to practice what you learn at Sales Explosion. And you can learn this to start using in your own programs. And what's the beauty about this is because what you can do is you're going to practice with a high ticket level. And this is amazing, because if you can sell a program for Blair, you can sell pretty much any kind of program for yourself, right? Can you imagine, like, if you're selling a $25,000 program certification, do you think it would be easier to sell a $25,000 certification, or a $1,000 program, $2,000 program? Right? So the idea here is not only you're going to be able to support Blair, support the Academy, support our mission, but you're going to support yourself by practicing in the real life how to sell. Okay? And how do we do this? Usually we receive this information, and why do we receive these leads? You remember that people went to Bumblebee to watch Blair, right? And what Blair does at this call, at this meeting, do you remember what he do? He explains what?
The mission of his mission and BSTA mission.
Exactly. He explains the mission, and that's the beauty about this. Do you remember, have you ever saw Blair talking about how do you recruit a team? Have you ever saw him talking about this?
Hey, Amy's online.
Nice, thank you.
Hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy. Usually the first thing that Blair does, he says, when you are trying to recruit a team, the first thing that we need to do is explain them our mission, right? So that's everything that Blair does at Bumblebee. He explains the mission. He explains them a big mission, why they should join BSTA. Like, hey guys, this is the mission. This is what it is to be BSTA. This is what it is to be a trainer working with beer. And this is my vision. When I was seated in that rock, I saw an army of people all over the world taking code of honor with them. So usually when people see this, they are crazy about Blair, right? You've seen it. They wanna join BSTA. They wanna take pictures with Blair. They wanna have they wanna talk with Blair. They wanna be close to him. And what happened is This all happened with all of us. We've been there, we pressed through this. So our goal, me, you, and Amy, and Angie, and everybody else, is to facilitate this person to go from that state to become a BSTA. And usually when we are trying to sell something to someone, this is one of the biggest mistake that people do. They try to sell a product. And I've learned with Blair, of course, and in my life, that the best way to sell something to someone is not to sell a product. We are not selling the product. We are selling them why they need to buy the product. Okay? So first of all, what we are doing here, Juliana, is we are going to give the people reasons why they should become a BSTA, why they should join BSTA. But here comes the beautiful part. Whenever we are doing this, if you remember, let me share my screen with you here. 1 second. My iPad screen. 1 second. Okay, so you remember that Blair does this when he's recruiting a team? You remember, Juliana?
We can't see your screen.
Oh, you can't see my screen?
No.
Oh my gosh, 1 second. Okay. I need to open my mic, I think. Okay, can you see my screen now?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
No.
Okay, so let me do this in the other way.
Great.
Let me stop sharing my screen. Let me come back. Can you see me now?
Nada.
Oh, can you see me now? It's gonna be, yeah, this is gonna work. Happen. Okay, can you see me now?
Nada.
You can see me?
No, it says Gustavo iPad left.
Okay, but I'm here. I'm with Gustavo Ferreira. Can you see me now?
Yes, Gustavo is here, but not your iPad.
Okay, cool. So let's forget the iPad. Let me explain this the right way. Okay, so first what we do, we put them in a mission. That's what Blair did. And now we want to give them the reasons why. And the way I do it is, if you remember in Sales Explosion, Juliana, Blair usually says, you don't have to give the person reasons why. We have to do the best questions, right? And make the person create the reasons why. This is the beauty about this process. We're going to do this process as an interview. We're going to contact the person and say, hey, hello, I'm Juliana from BSTA. I'm here because you put your name to do the interview to become a BSTA. So let's book a Zoom call, right? Are you following, Juliana? Cool. So
yes.
you're gonna book a call with the person. And when the person comes, you're going to say, oh, welcome. It's a pleasure to be here with you, and it's amazing. And the first thing that I do is, let me say I'm interviewing you, Juliana. I'm going to say, okay, Juliana, first of all, thank you for being here. It's a pleasure to be with you. So can I make a question for you? Can you talk a little bit about Juliana? And I let them talk a little bit about themselves. So this way, first, I can know who they are. They can express themselves, because everybody has something to say. This is really important. And after this part, usually I ask, do you remember what it is that Blair was talking about when he was presenting the bumblebee? What I want to do, I want the person to go back in that memory, okay? So she can experience again what it was to be with Blair, right? So she can record the mission, she can record what it is to be a BSTA, she can record why, she can remember why she want to join BSTA, okay? And the first thing that we do, I ask to them, okay, first mission, second why, right? Okay, but why do you think you want to join BSTA? This is one question that I ask. Why do you think you want to join BSTA? Why join? And the second question that I do, usually the person says, oh, I want to join because of this, because of that, because I saw the picture, the mission, because I want to help people. They are going to say why they want to join BSTA. And usually, if they don't answer, I ask them, okay, but why do you think you are ready to become part of this team of trainers, international team of speakers and trainers? Okay, so why join and why do you think you're ready? And do you know why this is beautiful, Juliana? Because we are facilitating, we are not giving answers. And the beauty is you're not selling anything. They are selling themselves why they should join BSTA. They are the one doing all the mental work why they should become BSTA members. Okay, got it? Easy, right? Until here, it's okay, right? It's not big thing. So the third thing that we do is we go to what we call values. If you remember, when you're recruiting a team, first you show the mission, then you show why they should join you, and then you give them your values. And let me ask a question for you, Juliana. Do we have big values in the academy?
Our values,
Yeah, values.
responsibility.
Yeah, responsibility, it's one value that we like to protect, right? That's why we have this big code of honor, right? We have this huge code of honor that it's to protect us. Huge, not in terms of many, oh my gosh, many points, but the thing is, it's very strong code of honor. And the reason for the code of honor is to protect our values. So we went from mission, then to why, and now we are going to the values. And usually I say to the person like this, okay, thank you for explaining why you should be part of the academy, but let me say one thing for you. To become a BSTA member is not a walk in the park. You're gonna have to work hard. There is a lot of things to do. It's not for everybody. And we have strong values that we in the academy that we like to protect. And the reason I'm saying this to you, it's because we have in our academy a very strong code of honor. And I want to send to you our code of honor. I want you to review our code of honor, and I want you to tell me what do you think about our code of honor. And usually what I do, I go in WhatsApp and I forward the code of honor to the WhatsApp to the person. And I say to her, don't worry, read. Usually the person says, okay, I can read later and I get back to you. No, read it now. Doesn't need to be out loud, doesn't need to be for you, it's just from themselves. And I let them read. Usually takes 2-3 minutes, sometimes can take 5 minutes. We just sit and wait. We just sit and wait for them to read the code of honor, right? And after they finish the code of honor, usually I ask, okay, what do you think about our code of honor? Are you willing to play by the rules? And usually they say, oh my gosh, it's amazing. I love this code of honor. I wish I had this in my work. I wish I had this in my house. I wish I had this in my life before. I love this. This is amazing. And why they say this? Because they never saw this before. And people like rules. It's a wrong thing that we say that people don't like rules. Usually people like to follow rules, but they are not clear about the rules they are following, right? Because a place that don't have rules, people make their own rules. That's everything that usually Blair says about the code of honor. We should have rules. So usually they love the idea about the code of honor. Sometimes they have a few questions. Usually they have questions in the last one, like you should inform everything that you're doing to BSTA, like all the commercial things that you're doing. I don't have my code of honor here, but it's the last one. So usually they have a question, and usually I say, okay, don't worry, this is when you become a trainer. You're gonna start working with the academy, and usually we are very clear on what we do. For now, I just want to see if you have any kind of questions in the main points of the BSTA. And I make the question, are you willing to play by our rules? Is there any kind of rules that you're not willing to play with? Because this is very important for us. This is the core part of BSTA. This is the core stone of BSTA, is our code of honor, right? And usually the person says, no, it's okay, I love this, it's amazing, I want to be part of the academy. So Juliana, what's the beauty here is that pretty much 99% of the work it's done. It's done. They have the mission. They saw them the reason why they want to become a BSTA. They saw our rules. They saw our values. So now it's all about bringing them home. Okay? So what do? We start to explain to them what it is to become a BSTA. And this is the part that usually people make confusion. They think that the more they talk, better. And usually, in my experience, the more we talk, more we create confusion in people's mind. And if people are confused, they don't buy anything from you, Juliana. So this is why many people say this, like Steve Jobs. I read his book when I was 18, and he was saying this: clients, they want solution, they don't want confusion. That's why when Steve Jobs came back to Apple, we had only one iPad, like iPhone, sorry, iPhone. Only one iPhone, only one. Now it's crazy. After he died, we have iPhone 5, iPhone 6, iPhone 7, iPhone 8. That's why Samsung is better now. That's why they took their place, because it's a confusion. If a client go to a place and you have many things to buy, usually you don't buy. You say, okay, let me go back home, especially when it's electronics. Like if you go to a place, hey, can I buy a watch, like those digital watch? Yeah, we have 10. Okay, I'm going home. I'm going to do a PhD in electronic watch, and then I come back, right? Because you need to know what's the benefits, why you should buy. So that's why I say to people, don't get in the middle of the client. Get out of the way. They want to buy it. They just want to be in the academy. So the more we speak, the more we talk, usually we create more confusion in people's heads. Are you following, Juliana? It's easy, right?
Yeah, so good. So now one is mission, and then why and value. So now we're on the fourth, right?
Yeah, the fourth is recruit.
Right.
And you can do this for your company too, okay, Juliana? If you want to recruit someone, this is the way that I recruit people in my company. Usually I ask them to read the mission, and then I say, okay, why do you want to work with me? And they explain why. Okay, and why do you think you're ready to work with me? Oh, I think I'm ready because of this, because of, okay, we have our values, our code of honor. Read, what do you think? Oh my gosh, this is amazing, the code of honor. Okay, and then I start to recruit. Now I need to talk to them what it is to work with me, what they have to do. So now it's time for you to say what they need to do to become a BSTA. So you're going to say, okay, BSTA is a series of training that was created by Blair Singer because he want to create the best trainers in the world. But for that reason, people were asking him how they could become a trainer like Blair. And the idea was the only way for you to do what Blair do is if you do what Blair do, right? This is what Blair teaches us. He teaches us how he do his workout. He teaches us how he practice. He teaches us how he do like a modeling exercise. He teaches us how he facilitates with people, how he start his presentations, how he close his presentations. He teaches us how he create games. So that's what Blair teaches us. And usually I explain to people, like, the academy, the reason of the academy is to create the best trainers and leaders in the world. And the why and how we do this is by teaching you everything that Blair knows and teaching you to do everything that Blair do. That's it. I explain about the programs. So here we have amazing programs. We have UPDP, that it's the Ultimate Personal Development Program. This program is for you, because for you to become a great leader and trainer, you need to first work in you. Then we teach you how to sell, because sell, it's important. Sales equals income. So without money, you can't help people. Then we teach you the Master Facilitator program. This is for me, one of the best programs in the academy, because this is where Blair teaches you about the magic, how he pull the magic from the people. He don't try to push knowledge. He tried to take away knowledge from people. And then we have the life enhancement. You're going to have the opportunity to work with Sue Stanford, the coach of Blair, coach of Kiyosaki. And then I go explaining all the live programs, and then I explain all the virtual programs. You know all of them, right? Juliana, you've done it all, right? So it's easy for you to talk about them, right? And for all of you that are watching this record, guys, it's super easy. Usually the only problem I see in this way of recruiting people for BSTA, it's because people get very excited and they want to talk, and they want to talk about their experience. They talk about the day that they travel, the day that they stayed one day without eating, and people are like, what? Do I have to stay without eating? Do I have to travel to Singapore? But I live in Brazil. Like, do I have to go there? This is the kind of things that will take people away from the academy. We start to giving them difficulties. We start to give them confusion. We start to give them reasons why they should not come to the academy. And I can say to you, it's not that we are not being honest with them. It's because people have a lot of little voice, right? That's why people don't do big things in their lives, because they have this little voice like, oh, if I need to go to Singapore, that's too far, that's too expensive. I have a lady here in Brazil that she did the certification. Angie knows her. It's Lenny. She's a doctor. She's, I don't know, 65, 66 years. Do you know how old is she, Angie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's 65. Yeah, and she did all the programs in like 4 months. Because she didn't have any kind of little voice in her mind. She just did TTT, then sales explosion, and then she said like, oh, that's amazing. I want to go to Master Facilitator. So she came to Master Facilitator. Oh, I think I want to go to UPDP. And she told me like, Gustavo, how do I go to UPDP? I said, okay, come with me. I'm going to rent a house. You can stay with me. I'm going to have a car. You can come every day with me to the academy, and we do it. And she did it. She did all the programs in like 4 or 5 months. She didn't complete the academy because we have all the online programs, but it was like this because she had no conflict in her head. She had no little voice. Okay, guys? So that's why I'm saying it's amazing. You have all these amazing stories about the academy, how Blair changed your life, but this is recruitment. We are recruiting people to become BSTA. So the idea here is to take away all the things that could avoid them to become a BSTA, right? So we just explain about the programs and we say to them, it's easy, it's simple. It's not easy, it's not for everybody, but it's pretty much simple. You just have to attend the programs, you have to do the online programs, and that's it. Then you become a certified level 1. So you're going to join with Blair, you're going to join with all the guys from the academy, right? This is what I explain to them. And usually there is a question that I do that it's very, very, very incredible. This is for me one of the magical questions that I usually do in every BSTA interview. Juliana, before BSTA, when you had a question about your company or about becoming a trainer, do you had anyone to go for and make a question and ask for support before joining BSTA?
I'll have to think about it.
Yeah. Can I say one thing for you? Usually we don't have like business owners, entrepreneur, solopreneurs. They don't have anyone to go to ask for help. Usually the only persons that they have is like the spouse, closest friends, mom, dad, and If they are not entrepreneurs, if they are not business owners, they can help you. But inside of the academy, look how many entrepreneurs we have. Look how many business owners we have. Look how many trainers we have. If you have a question, do you think you can find someone in the academy to support you? Right? Of course we do. When I have questions, I call Romy, I call Teresa, I call these guys. Like another day I was in a call with Teresa and I said, hey Teresa, can I reach for you? And she said, of course, come reach for me. And that's one of the best things about the academy, because we are an international global, we're an international team of people that work with by being trainers, we're entrepreneurs, we're coaches. And when you have a question, when you have a doubt in your mind, what you can do? You just go and reach for these people. So this is one of the key questions that I ask a person. Okay, what do you do in your life? Oh, I'm a business owner. Okay, when you have a questions about your business, when you have a difficulty in your business, who you can refer to support you? And the person usually says, yeah, I have a friend, or yeah, I have no one that I can refer to, right? Usually they don't have people that are in the same position. And I say to them, okay, would you think it would be amazing if you had a person like me, or a person like Angie, or a person like Blair to refer to ask a question? Do you think they would help you in your company or in your business? Of course they would support. Blair supported me many times in my company. So this is one key question, because we show them that we are more than trainers. We are a global team of business persons that are doing money in the real life, right? And this create like, okay, I want to join the academy. I say to you, every time that I do this question, like, okay, what do you do when you have to ask a question? Usually people say like, I have no one to refer to. In the academy, you have a global team that can help you and support you doing this. You can take your phone anytime, anywhere in the world, and I can bet you we have at least 10 people supporting you. And of course, if you really need, we can jump in a flight and go support you. And that's right. That's how we do. I was in Mexico, you were in Singapore supporting Blair, right? This is the way we work. And usually people don't find this anywhere. So they are crazy about this and they want to join the team, right? So this is pretty much the interview part that we need to do. And now comes the most important part, the part that we need to offer them to join BSTA, and we explain about the price. What's going to happen is I'm going to prepare a document with Angie, and we're going to send to you with all the BSTA programs. Usually when I'm enrolling people to become BSTA, I say to them, okay, this is one thing. BSTA is not a school, it's not a university, it's not a place that you have to pay like a college that you go and pay every month so you can do so you can start studying with us. BSTA is a series of training. Okay, so you pay the academy per training you do. Okay, each training you do. If you want to do master facilitator, if you want to do UPDP, if you want to do this kind of programs, you pay each one separately. But the thing is, usually what happens with people, sometimes they join the STA, but they don't move forward. Why? Because they lose the momentum. So usually what I offer to them is, why don't you come to BSTA and you pay everything in full so you can have straight away access to all our programs. And then I wait and see what they're going to say. Because it is a $24,000 program, right? If you put everything, it's around 24K. Sometimes they say yes, they say, okay, I can pay in full. Sometimes they say, no, it's too much for me to pay 24,000 now. And I say, okay, so what do you think it's comfortable for you to pay in a monthly basis? Sometimes they say, yeah, maybe I can pay around $2,000, $3,000. And then I say, okay, cool. So you can pay 8 installments of $3,000. What do you think, Juliana? Are you following? Do you think it's easy to do this?
Yes, I'm following you. So this is the fifth step, right, Gustavo?
Yeah, this is when we are recruiting them now. We did the recruit part. Now we just need to set with them how much they're gonna pay in a basis way for the academy.
So this is after the recruit part.
Yeah, this is after the recruit. Now we're gonna give them the price. This is the fifth part. This is now the most important part. It's because now they're gonna see the price for all the programs. And usually one way to do it is we can send them the programs separately so they can see how much costs each program. But usually the first thing that I do, I say this. Okay, to become a BSTA, you're looking for a certification that will cost you around $24,000. Do you think you could move? And then I explain to them. But what this refer? What is this $24,000? This means that you are paying for all the BSTA programs, all the programs that I told you: UPDP, Master Facilitator, Danger Trainer, Sales Explosion, Sales and Leadership Mastery. This refers to all the programs that you watch me talking here. So now it's the time that I come to them and say, okay, in order for you to do this, you're looking for a certification that will cost you around $24,000. What do you think? Do you think it's okay for you to pay straight away $24,000? Because the faster you pay, the faster you can do the programs. Usually like 95% of the people, 9% of the people, they'll say, yeah, sorry, but I can't pay 24,000 in one time. Cool, no problem, Juliana. We're gonna make easy for them to come to the academy, right? What's the idea here? They need to pay usually $1,000 to become BSTA members, and usually they have to start paying the trainings, right? But what me and Blair we want you to do is to accelerate their training in the academy. If we say to them, okay, pay $1,000, join the academy, and then you pay your programs, it will take them how many years? 3 years, 4 years to do the whole academy, right? We've seen people doing this. We've seen people paying $1,000, come to the academy and stay 2.5, 3 years, 4 years in the academy. And what Blair want to do is to accelerate their process inside the academy so they can come, do all the trainings, and be certified in between 18 to 24 months, right? A good period of time, it's 18 months. So you can play with the numbers, Juliana. Like the price to become a BSTA, to do all the programs, it's around 24K. If they say to you like, oh, sorry, I can't pay 24K, but I think I can pay $3,000 a month, what are you gonna say to them? Awesome, no problem. So I'm gonna send you the link. You can pay the $3,000. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send your information to the academy, and they're gonna start charging you $3,000 every month. What do you think about that? And they will say, okay, that's cool, that works for me. And then you have someone paying 8 installments of $3,000 for the academy that will do pretty much all the programs, right? Did you got it? Do you have any kind of question?
Will you be sharing with us the information about the programs that are included for the 24K?
Yeah, now I'm just gonna stop here. I have this information with Angie, and I'm gonna send to you so you can have this. Usually what I do is I'm gonna translate this to English. I think I have translated. Do you have translated, Angie?
I don't have it right here, but I will put it on the group.
I can put in the group. When we finish here, I
Okay.
can put, thank you, Angie. I can put in the group.
Yeah.
So usually what I do is I play with the numbers because what's happening, Juliana, is that we need to facilitate to become members of the academy. Sometimes they will say, no, $3,000 a month, it's too much for me. I think I can pay $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month, which means that they will take 24 months to pay the $24,000, right? They need to pay 24 installments of 1,000. Usually what I say to them is, why don't you start with a package of programs, and then you can continue paying the $1,000 programs. And they say, okay, what is this package? So Blair, and between me and Blair and Angie, we created this initial package. Just to be honest, just to be clear, guys, we don't have any kind of package in the academy. This is something that we created to accelerate the learning, right? We put it VTA, Master Facilitator, Master and Leader, Sales and Leadership Mastery. We put VTA, we put audios from Blair, we put some programs together so they can buy just straight away, up front. So they can pay you like, okay, I can join the academy. I can't pay like every month $3,000, but I can pay $5,000 up front, and then I can pay installments of $1,000. That makes sense for you, Juliana?
Yes. Do you have a guideline as to how long it's desirable for them? Like, because from what I'm hearing, 24 months seems to be too long.
It's too long, right?
So we want it roughly to be about 18 months. And if not, then we want to offer a package of programs.
Yeah, usually what I do is I try to sell the whole certification. If they can't buy, I try to put as minimum installments as possible. Like, okay, how much do you think it's comfortable to pay every month? Do you think you can pay this 24K in 3 months? No, it's still too much for me. Okay, do you think you can pay in 6 months? I don't think so. It's still too expensive. Okay, how much do you think it's comfortable for you to pay a month? I think I can pay around $2,000. Awesome. You can pay in 1 year. You can pay 12 installments of $2,000. But after that, usually if they say, yeah, right, cool, I can do that. And usually I say to them, okay, but what I usually say to people is, let me just take here the document so I can say to you the package. And usually what I say to them is, I say it like, okay, yeah, you can join the academy paying like $2,000 a month, but don't you think it would be better if you could just speed up in this end of 2019 so you can get a momentum and you can start 2020 by being a great trainer and knowing how to sell, knowing how to do presentations, having your own code of honor, having the right goals to follow. So I created a package of training, and I say to them, why don't you buy this initial package, and then you can just continue paying the installments. Sometimes they say yes. Usually they say yes. They say, okay, cool, that's awesome. And I inform the host, the person that will charge them. I inform to the person. I say, okay, this person is willing to pay $5,000 up front, and then he will pay 19 installments of $1,000, or he will pay 8 installments of $2,000, right? Is that clear, Juliana?
Yeah, it's clear. And on the package of programs that we come up with, is it just up to us, or you have some guidelines for that?
We have a guideline. In the price line, we have a guideline. And I did one thing with Blair. I put it. I'm just looking for the program here. I did one thing with Blair. We put it we created this package with some trainings that me and Blair, we think that would accelerate anyone to start making money fast. So we put the SLM, that it's very important because we're going to teach them how to make money. We put the VTA, that it's another program that will accelerate them, because when you do VTA, you learn how to deal with your little voice, you learn how to sell, and you learn how to create your own code of honor. So this way we can accelerate the process with them. They can go faster. We don't create like package from our mind. We just trying to follow this package that I created with Blair. I'm just trying to pick it up here, the package that I created with Blair, to give it to you, but I'm gonna send with this spreadsheet with all the programs, right? What it is.
Yeah, Gustavo, we have to edit it a little bit because we did that one for Mexico. It just a few items.
Yeah, I saw that we need to do a little bit edit on that. I'm gonna do it with you. Yeah, it's here, sales plan. So let me show you the program. Because we have one, we have two packets, Angie. We have one that we are gonna use for like Singapore, United States, and Europe, and we have another one that we're gonna use for other countries. So I think we can edit this and leave it. But this is one thing. Like, what's the package that we were offering the academy? Let me show to you. It's a package that was sold for $2,500, the initial package. It came with SLM, VTA, audios, next step, and go settings. And what happened is next step changed the name. It's not next step anymore. Of course, no. We still have next step, but we have another programs called, can you remember, Angie? Sorry, I don't remember the name now.
TAP. It's called TAP,
TAP.
Trainer Accelerated Program.
Exactly. And we have TAP. And if you look to this package, TAP is not part of the certification, right? And you're gonna say, okay, Gustavo, so if we are trying to sell the certification, why we are putting TAP? Because this way we can add an extra program that will really, really, really help them. Because TAP have part of next step, which is very important because usually people come and they want to be trainers, but they don't know their mission. They don't know what they want to talk about. They don't know. Blair is still thinking about putting TAP inside of the certification, but for now, I was offering people TAP, and I offered in Mexico for everybody. I said, you must do TAP. It's not part of the certification, but you should do in your initial package TAP. Okay, so I offered them an extra program. The thing is, we have a lot of people that had TAP that already bought TAP, right, Angie?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
If you have someone that already bought TAP and they want to join the certification, what we're gonna do is, if they already bought TAP and they want to join the certification, we're gonna give to them an extra ticket, an extra ticket to do SLM. Okay?
Oh.
I'm gonna send this information to you guys. So if the person joins the certification and she already bought TAP, we're gonna give to them an extra ticket to do SLM.
An extra?
An extra, another one. It's a +1. They have to buy the Academy SLM tickets +1. They're going to receive another one. If they want to join the certification, but they haven't paid for TAP, if they want to pay TAP, we're going to give to them the ticket too. So let's say someone did nothing. He haven't paid TAP, he haven't paid making the stage, he haven't paid nothing. And they want to join the Academy. So what we're going to do is, if you join the Academy and you also buy this initial package and you do TAP, what we're going to do to you, we're going to offer you an extra SLM ticket, a +1 ticket. Okay? So the scenario is, if they already paid TAP and they want to join the certification, they will receive one extra ticket for SLM, that it's $1,000 gift that we are giving them. If they want to join the Academy, but they haven't paid for TAP, but they want to do it now, they want to pay for TAP now, we also going to give to them this program, a +1 ticket that will cost $995, right? And if they paid for making the stage, they already have TAP included because they bought it making the stage, and they receive as a gift TAP. If they join the certification, we're gonna give them a +1 ticket for SLM. Okay? Yeah, go ahead.
Basically, if they have TAP or one TAP, they get an extra SLM ticket.
Yes.
Right.
If they just join the certification, they don't receive one extra ticket for SLM. If they say, okay, I want to join certification, but I don't want to do TAP, I don't think it's for me, thank you, but I do want to join the certification. No problem. No problem. Right? You can come, join the certification, and you're going to receive this ticket. We are close to the end here. We are almost at 11. I need to make one thing more important. Usually one program that it's a new program that we are doing, it's called the onboarding. You have your onboarding in your country, right, Juliana?
Going on right now, I wasn't part of it.
You were not part of it? Okay. So what we are doing all over the world, we are creating onboarding programs. What it is, the onboarding? What's the idea? It's a reunion that we do every 15 days, okay? Every 2 weeks, we put the team together, and what we do, we practice with them, and we train them regarding flip charts, regarding miracle morning, and regarding sales, regarding all the things that we studied in the academy. We do a reunion with them, and we present every reunion, every onboarding call, we present some new information, right? Usually it's led by one of the senior BSTA members. We have like Alfredo in Mexico, me in Brazil. We have Claudia doing together in Mexico and in Brazil. We have oh my gosh, in Italy, it's
Simona.
Simona, thank you. We have Simona doing there. We have Daniel doing Germany. We have other guys from BSTA doing all over the world. So if they join the academy, not only they will receive all these programs, but they will receive together the onboarding program, right? So Gustavo, what's the minimum that I can go for someone to join certification? The minimum that we can do, it's a $1,000 payment to join the academy, okay? They need to pay the minimum price. They need to pay the $1,000, and we need to collect the minimum. What's the minimum now? It's 1,000 or 500, Angie? It's 1,000, right?
It's 1,000.
It's 1,000. Okay, thank you, Angie. So the minimum for someone to join the academy is $1,000 paid upfront and $1,000 every month, right? And I explained to them, this $1,000 is not the fee. It's not like the fee that you pay to go to the gym. Like every month I pay, I don't know, $50 to go to the gym and work out. It's not like that. It's a fund where they will put their money to pay for the programs. So they will pay like every month 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, and one day they decided to do the UPDP. So if they had, let's say $7,000 there, what do? We say, okay, you already have $7,000 credit. So now you just have to pay the difference and go do UPDP, right? This is why they pay every month. Okay, do you have any kind of question, Juliana?
Yes. Is
Go
there
ahead.
any flexibility at all to those who certainly cannot or don't want to commit at the moment? And so is there such a case that they pay 1,000 and then they take the programs as they can?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for asking that, because that's a very important question, Juliana. The thing is, we try to make it flexible in the past, but the thing is, what the experience is showing us, if they don't have the money to pay up front now, usually what happens is that they have difficult to pay for the programs during the process. So even if we make cheaper for them to join the BSTA, what happens is that with time they can't pay for the programs. If they are having difficult to pay, like, I don't know, $400 or $1,000 now, how they are going to pay like $7,000 plus expensive to go to UPDP? That it's around, like, with tickets, with hotels and everything, it's around $9,000-$10,000. So the experience is showing us that it's like, of course, the idea is to support as many people as we can, but sometimes it's like Blair says, not for everybody. Sometimes people are not ready yet to join the academy. I know in our mind, like in my heart, I would love to have everybody. I would love to do an onboarding with 300 people and support as many people as we can. but they need to be ready, because what happened is if they don't have money to pay for the academy, how they're going to pay for the all training expenses, how they're going to pay to do the stuff, how they're going to pay how they're going to have time to be at home practicing. And they're all, and the academy is always open for them to come and join the academy. If they think now it's not the time, they can do it. I usually say to everybody my experience. What I did is, it took me 1 year to join the academy. It took me 1 year to join the academy because I knew, when I look at the price and I look everything, I said, okay, so I need to pay in reais, 100,000 reais plus the expense. It's around 150,000 reais. So it's the price for an apartment here in Brazil. And I said, okay, can I do this? Yes, but what's the best way for me to do it? So it took me 1 year. I stopped spending money in everything. I just saved money for 1 year. 1 year, I was during 1 year just saving money. And when I started, it was like this. It was like 8 months. I run all the certification plus making the stage, plus the mountain leadership programs in 8 months. So I did everything like this, super fast. I couldn't be certified before because we didn't have a program for me to go and do stuff. But in July, I started in October. I think it was October. No, sorry. I started in November in doing master facilitator, and I finished everything in July. So it was that fast. It was that fast. But because I prepare myself mentally, financially. So usually it's what I say to people. Okay, if they say, sorry, I can't, I say, it was a pleasure to meet you. We're always going to be here. If we could support you, anything. And usually what I do, I downsell to them. I say, okay, if you don't have the money now, why don't you come to SLM? Why don't you come to Sales and Leadership Mastery? Because at this program, Blair will teach you how to sell. He will teach you how to make money, and then you can join the academy. Why do you think about that? What do you think about that? And usually people say, yes, okay, I can pay for SLM. I can come to SLM. So usually if they have no budget, I downsell them to a small ticket program.
Can I just answer Juliana's question about can they just pay as they attend the program? Juliana,
Okay.
that was old model. That was the old model.
So that's no longer the preferred model now.
That is correct. That is no longer the model. Yeah, the package is the new model.
And so for a person who is not prepared to do the installment, the option for them is to be like Gustavo, wait until they're ready and then we be in touch again. Or is it like they pay a deposit or something?
Yeah, we always keep them in the funnel. We usually what I do, I downsell to them another program, because it takes some time for them to come to another program, right? So they can see Blair again and they feel the mission again, and maybe in 6 months they are ready to start paying the installments.
Yeah. And Juliana, I'm sorry. Juliana, we're here to support you. So if you encounter something and you're not too sure, just reach out to me and I'll walk you through the process.
And this is one thing that it's beautiful about this, Juliana. I'm gonna say to you is like I did the same training with the guys in Brazil, and many of them have never sold certification, and they were like, oh my gosh, they had many little voices like, people are not going to pay $24,000. People are not going to pay 8 installments of $3,000. People are not going to do this. Da, 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 da. They had many little voices. And do you know what the experience showed us? They were thrilled. They were happy after they done it. They were like, oh my God, it's amazing. People join, they pay. And one thing that I realized in all my life selling, Juliana, is that usually people don't pay or don't buy for us. It's because we don't ask. We think they can pay, so we don't ask. So the only reason for the only way for us to do this is by asking questions. It's by asking them what they can do. It's by asking them if they can do this, because we never know. I see people selling all over the world for people for down payment, for long installments, because they are afraid to ask. Hey, can you pay in one time? And believe me, I work with luxury travel. I work with leisure, and sometimes people come to my company and they are closing a $20,000 ticket with me or a program with me, and usually I just go and say, okay, you're buying a 20,000 program. Why don't you go first class and you pay 35 or you pay 40? And usually people look at me like, are you crazy? Like, how come you're going from 20,000 to 35, 40,000? I'm just asking. It's okay. If they say no, it's okay. If they say yes, I once had a client that she told me like, I've asked her, why don't you, I'm seeing you're doing this program, you're flying business. Why you're not flying first class? Do you know what she told me? Yeah, I always thought about going first class, but I don't know how to do it. And I said, okay, now you know it. Now it's with me. Come, I'm going to put you in the first class. She put it the entire family. It was like the whole family, 14 people, first class, flying. Nobody ever questioned that lady. Nobody never made that question for that lady. She's my client until now. After 10 years, she's still my client. I book whole planes for her family. Why? Because I just make the questions. Okay, now, okay, before, she was my client for a long time, but I started selling like luxury products for the last 4 years, three and a half years. So I had this little voice before. She was my client. She was coming to my company, buying from and she was buying like cheap hotels, cheap tickets. And one day I did programs with Blair and all these amazing trainings, and they told me like, why selling cheap if you can sell bigger tickets, items? Okay, it's all here. It's all in our little voice. Do you have any kind of question? Any other questions?
No.
Cool, awesome. So I think you're gonna be awesome. If you have any kind of question, contact me, contact Angie. We're gonna help you through the process. I'm gonna send you guys in English an invitation, how I invite people to do the call, so you can have a model. And I'm gonna send you the package with the programs, and you have the code of honor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put the code of honor in English again too in the program, in the group, Angie, so they can have, right?
That's correct. Yeah, and I think we have a Chinese one. I'm going to find one if we have a Chinese one as well, because in Asia there may be a few.
Okay, cool, cool. In Vietnam, people can put in Vietnam, and that's it. We passed 6 minutes from our time. So, Juliana, what do you feel like saying? Oh, Angie, do you want to put something else? Sorry.
Yeah, Amy. Is Amy still on the call? Amy? Amy is on mute.
Unmute her, or let me try to unmute her. Yeah, go
ahead. Hi, guys.
Hi, Amy.
Hi, guys. Amy. Hi, Angie.
You're quiet. You've been quiet. Do you have any questions? Because I know you came in late.
Yeah, I came in late. Yeah, I was on the move. I came in late. I was trying to catch up. Good. Hi, Gustavo. Nice meeting you. Hi, Angie. Hi, Juliana.
Nice to meet you, Amy.
Yeah, I was trying to catch up, and I will listen to the call again to catch up what I missed.
Okay.
I have a question. Sorry, can I have a question? Yeah, I heard something about onboarding. Can I know more about that?
Yes, do you want to explain, Angie? Go ahead.
Certainly, yeah. Onboarding is currently run in Asia by Thaddeus. You know Thaddeus?
Yeah, Thaddeus Lawrence.
Thaddeus, yes, that's right. So we started the Onboarding Asia group, and you certainly, I will put you in touch with Thaddeus where you can join this group. And every team they join, and they are very, it's like what it is, it's an accountability group. Basically, you want to be successful, you're committed to doing things, you do it. You come on the call, and then, you know, we have some teaching, some things we can teach you. Whatever you need with the group will support you. And it's a very, very collaborative group for what you need to do. So let me put you in touch with Thaddeus, because you're back, you know, in certification and soon to be certified.
Yes, awesome. I'm excited.
That's what it's all about. Certainly, I'll reach out to you and connect you both with Thaddeus.
Yes, thank you, Angie. That would be great.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Any
thank
other
you.
questions?
That's all for me.
That's
Okay.
awesome, Amy. That's awesome. And I like the picture. That's an amazing picture that you put it here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So, Amy, why don't you start with what I feel like saying?
Just one. Sorry,
yeah.
Amy. Yeah, I just have just one question. Would it be useful for us to also have information on the programs that are running around, I don't know, maybe Asia, because people were calling are from Asia? Like, when is the next SLM? Where is it, etc.?
We will put that in the group as well. Sorry, Gustavo. We will put it in the group about some tentative possibilities that we've heard about, but nothing confirmed, right? So usually it's pretty close to it. Yeah, like SLM right now, we're looking at possibly Vietnam and the Philippines.
In December, right?
And December is Vietnam, yes. That's what Blair said on the call, remember?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and then I know there was a request for the Philippines for SLM in the next year. And then Master Facilitator, it always happens in Asia in the beginning of the first quarter of the year. Usually that's when it's been happening. And UPDP always in March. So we'll type it in the group.
Yeah, we have many things going. We have many opportunities for them to do programs. We have UPDP coming to Asia. Yeah. We have UPDP March. We have Master Facilitator coming. We have the Train the Trainer they already did. So they have much options to do in Asia. We have many programs in Asia going on right now. So
that's correct. Yeah, and the calendar that is confirmed when you go on blairsinger.com website. When you see what's on the calendar, that is confirmed.
Yeah.
We don't put anything until it's confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
And if they want to come to Brazil, it's okay. They can do SLM with me. Just messing. So do you have any other questions, Juliana or Amy?
Oh, thank you.
Angie, is there anything that you want to point or put it as an extra?
I believe we covered everything. Yeah. Like I said, anything they need, just reach out to us.
Yeah. Reach out and remember, it's simple. It's a facilitation. It's super simple.
Oh, one more thing. I want you to mention, let's say you have an interview and you find out that you did not close the person. So don't just write it off. Just say, okay, just like thank them, you know, for coming on to the interview. Schedule another appointment. Don't just write them off because they say, oh, I can't pay this, I can't pay that. We will work with you a little bit more. So just say thanks a lot. Basically treat that as an interview. Then what can we say, Gustavo? It's like, okay, so I like to set up a follow-up appointment with you, schedule another appointment with you, and then lock in the time. That gives them an opportunity, Gustavo, when if they have not been able to close the person, because that's what I did when I trained Claudia. It's like, okay, so let's say there were some questions you couldn't answer, right? Because in terms of pricing, programs, so let me get the information and get back to you. In this way, when you get back to them, so after you do that, you get in touch with myself or with Gustavo. Will you be able to do it with the distance, or you just want us to handle it?
I can try to deal with some calls. I can do many because I'm going to start with the recording of the TV show. So I don't know if I'm going to.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah. So then get in touch with me, and then if then we can put you together with some members of some other teams. In this way, then maybe we can work with them and with you as well so that you can possibly close them, and maybe you can see how we close them.
Yeah, and usually the objections, guys, it's pretty much the same. I don't have time. And when they say I don't have time, what do we say? Thank you. Why don't you have time? Oh, it's because I work a lot. Thank you. That's exactly why you need to join BSTA. Because you're going to learn how to sell. You're going to learn how to prepare better goals. You're going to learn how to make money. When you have money, you have more time. Da, 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 da. And we explain to them what we do here. Oh, I can do it because I don't have money. Thank you. Why you think you don't have money? Oh, it's because I can pay. Thank you. That's exactly why you should come to our programs, because you're going to learn to make money. You see, all the objections that they have, usually it's time, money, and I have to talk with my wife or my husband. It's always like this. Oh, thank you. You have to talk with her. Okay, thank you. Nice, amazing. When are you going to talk to your husband? When are you going to talk to your wife? Oh, I can talk tomorrow. Okay, thank you. So can we get back in this call in 2 days? Can we set another appointment for 10 a.m.? Is it okay for you? So it's all about handling the objections. And pretty much, guys, it's easy. You've learned at SLM how Blair do it. If they give you an objection, what do? What do you say? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, why do you think you don't have time? Why do you think? That's exactly why you should do it. That's exactly. It's easy. I've made this many times, guys. Many times people say, oh, I don't have money, I don't have time. I have friends certified here in Brazil that they told me this in the beginning. Oh, I don't have money, I don't have time. Okay, thank you. That's why you should come to the certification. They came to the certification, they run the certification, they created amazing goals. Now they are certified level ones. They get out of their jobs, they are making more money now, they are happy, they have time. And it's true, it's all true. You know that, people that come to the certification become big trainers, great trainers, and now they have more money, more time, and more availability to do everything they want to do. So it's all about handling their objections. It's easy, and if you have any kind of objections that you can't handle, be honest. Oh my gosh, you gave me a great question. I have to follow up with you, and you book another call. That's it. Okay?
Yep.
Anything you like to ask, guys? Ladies, sorry. I'm only with ladies. We have guys, but like ladies. Go, Amy.
Yes. I have a participant from TTT in Singapore just reached out for me and asking for the certification, but he didn't send his name in during at the end of the session. So how can I submit his name in? Do I just
send it?
Send to the group, the WhatsApp group. Send it there. Say, hey, Angie, I have this guy who want to do. This is his number, and
okay.
I don't know. We can ask you to do the call with him.
Yeah.
He already reached it for you,
yeah,
so you can do the call with him.
Absolutely, yeah. It's your client at this point because they reach out to you. So, Amy, let's set up a call, you and I separately.
Okay.
Okay, and then I can walk you through as well.
Okay.
Okay, reach out to me via WhatsApp.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Same thing.
Thanks, Angie.
Reach out.
Cool. Any other question, guys? Ladies, sorry. It's habit. No more questions? So who would like to start with what I feel like saying?
I'll go.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. What I feel like saying is thank you, Gustavo, for coming up with this process and this system and helping the team. I'm sure they will appreciate it. And guys, it's a work in progress. And we love you. Thank you so much for doing this. This is what I feel like saying. Amy, what do you feel like saying?
Thank you, Angie. I feel like saying, actually, I've been looking forward to this call, and I'm very excited to be part of this and to carry this mission of BSTA, and to bring more people to this group and to inspire the world. Thank you. This is what I feel like saying.
Thank you, Amy.
Juliana is next.
Juliana?
Yes, thanks. What I feel like saying is I very seldom make such calls because normally people come to me and then I talk to them. So looking forward to see how it is and experience it. So thank you, Gustavo, for holding the training together with Angie. That's what I feel like saying. Gustavo, what do you feel like saying?
Thank you, Juliana. Thank you, Em, and thank you, Angie, for the amazing words. What I feel like saying is, first of all, thank you guys for doing this. I love the mission. I love Blair. I love working with you guys. We are like, I love BSTA. It's my family. It's the place that I found myself. So for me, it's a great pleasure to do this. I know I'm giving much value to these people's life. I know we're gonna change and transform their lives. So for me, when I'm selling BSTA, usually I say that I'm not selling. It's like for me, it's a no-brainer. It's just come. You're gonna change your life. So thank you for doing this. This is what I feel like saying. It's because like it's amazing. It's an amazing experience, and I think that every human being should have the opportunity to work in a team like this and have the experience of acquiring these abilities for their life. And thank you for doing this. Thank you, Angie, for the kind words. And I love you too. And that's what I feel like saying.
Wonderful.
So, guys, thank you. I'm gonna stop recording here now, and that's